Okay, so here are the callouts for Dorado. So the main road that the payload travels down, we're calling the path or the road. So first thing you notice, along with Khaeldyn's great emote, is these buildings. We have the red building on the left here, and we have the yellow building on the right, and back here the orange building. So notice the difference between the yellow building and the orange building, and it's not quite the same color as the red building, so they actually are 3 different colors. Then, let's see, if you exit the spawn on the left as offense, this route down here is the basement, and if we go all the way through the basement, we'll go up. We'll go upstairs to the lounge. There are other lounges in this map. In case you need to be specific, this one is the guitar lounge, which you can see because of all the guitars. But probably we can mostly call it the lounge when we're in this vicinity. And so if you come back here, this area is called the well because it has this great well in it, which which in retrospect doesn't actually go down very far, but whatever, we can pretend it does. So if we come back up here, down to the path again, this area with these 3 arches is called the arcade. So Khaeldyn is in the arcade now. And then if we continue through the arcade, we will call this behind the arcade. You'll notice we're by the orange building. So then if we come out over here, we are above the arcade, and then Khaeldyn is going up into the bridge. So let's head up here into the market. So let's look at these buildings on the right. You'll notice if you look inside these buildings that they appear to be residences. So these we're calling the apartments. See, they have like housey stuff in them. So if you're out here, you can be like, that stupid Junkrat is in the apartments. Obviously the fountain. This building up here is the hotel. There's a bastion set up in the hotel. And if you go back to the side where Khaeldyn is, well, you'll notice this hotel actually has alleys on both sides. It has this one, and over here we have this alley. And Khaeldyn, tell me which alley is which.
This is the long alley.
Okay. That's and, what I thought.
Yeah, I know we had several names for each of them at one point.
Okay.
And it turned into kind of a mess.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the short alley. You can see it is in fact much shorter. Oh yeah, and one other thing that I forgot to call out, back here where we were talking about the guitar lounge, this area is above the lounge right here. So lounge is down here. So let's head up here. As we get close to the checkpoint, you'll notice that to the left and right of the checkpoint, we have 2 little arched doorways, this guy and that guy. And we're calling them the seaside and the mainland arch because, of course, the sea is over here. And that reminds me of one point that we skipped right back over by the spawn, so I'll head back over there. So as you exit the spawn as offense, this area here, this little path that he's going down, is the coastal approach or seaside approach. And this little roofy area here, we're calling the lattice. So you can say someone is on the lattice or they're on the coastal approach. So we use the terms like seaside and mainland in a number of places on this map and other maps. So let's go back over here, and I will pass through the seaside arch doorway. So just a moment, let me look at my notes here. So that sidewalk that Khaeldyn is on is the church landing, this little walkway. And if we continue up here to the outside, this region right here behind the church is the church backyard. And This walkway up here, where Khaeldyn is going, is called the Coastal Catwalk because it goes along here with this view of the coast, and the Coastal Catwalk continues all the way down to where Khaeldyn is standing. So now let's go back over to the path close to the last checkpoint. And so if it was not clear before, you can see as we go down the path that this is the church right here. Let's see. We've also got this building, this red building here, which is the museum. And if you come up to it, it actually says it is the History Museum. And if you come in, it is full of art. It is, in fact, a museum. And this, of course, is the short alley that we mentioned before from the other end. So if you go out the back exit to the museum where Khaeldyn's little chevron is, this area is called the courtyard or the statue courtyard, if you want to be more specific. And if you want us to make it sound cool, you can call it the protector courtyard, but you don't have to. Let's see. Let's go through the courtyard and into the bank. Notice this sign says Bank of Dorado, but we can come back through here. Oh, I lost Khaeldyn. There he is.
Had to be done.
And, so if we come back through here, this is
a little hole in the wall.
This is the vault, as you can tell because of all the bank crap in here. And then this is the bank. And so if we come back out here towards the checkpoint, this brings us to a couple other places. Right under here is the breezeway. This is the breezeway. And so somebody can be on top of the breezeway, which is up there. Just a second, let me look at my notes here. And we've also got, like, in the top of the church, obviously, where Khaeldyn is now. Now, if we head over towards the church backyard and the Coastal Catwalk, we also have this extra lounge. And so this lounge we're calling the Seaside Lounge. And in contrast to the Guitar Lounge, although in reality probably it won't be very confusing which one we're talking about depending, like, based on where the payload is. So we can come back out here, and of course this whole region will be a checkpoint. And let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so let's continue. And so once you get in this building, we're calling this whole section the final approach. So right up here to the right, this is called the glass room because of these weird looking glass windows. So then if we continue up here, Khaeldyn is going up the stairs to the upper hallway. You can see this is the upper hallway, and and then down here, of course, is the lower hallway. So let's head back out by the path. So here we're going to call this the center platform and the catwalk. This being the catwalk, and this being the center platform right here. Gets pretty tricky naming these places in this last final approach in Dorado because these rooms are all really nondescript and they look the same. Second, I lost Khaeldyn. There he is. Okay, so this room down here, right at the very bottom, if we go down these stairs, we're calling the reactor because we think that's what it is. It has this weird little glowy roof thing. So this is the reactor, and there are two exits from it. One of which comes into the room that is the worst room for naming. It has nothing interesting about it at all. Let's see. What did we call this? Let me look at my notes. I think we decided to call this the generic room. It has nothing interesting about it. There is health in it, but there's health in other rooms. So this is the generic room, or the gray room. But hopefully we won't have to reference it too many times. So let's proceed down the path to my other least favoritely named rooms. So you'll notice that if we come up into this area, we have all this computer equipment, and up into the room where Khaeldyn is, there is still more computer equipment. So we are calling this the mainframe, and the mainframe consists of this room that I'm in now, like this area right here where Khaeldyn is, and then if you continue in that direction, we go towards the spawn. And so we're calling this the spawn mainframe because there are there's a bunch of computer equipment here, and then the mid mainframe, this room here behind these columns. In fact, it makes more sense if you look at it from over here. So, so Khaeldyn up there where you see his chevron is in the seaside mainframe because that's the side where the ocean is. Now he is in the mid mainframe, and over here he is in the spawn mainframe. Also, obviously this end of the path is we're going to call the destination if we need to refer to it. And so the place that Khaeldyn is now would be behind the destination in this weird little area. So that is Dorado. And maybe we can get one final mode grid. There it is.